Hi, and welcome to your practice. You're going to need blocks for this one. We are going to be working on Hanumanasana, which is better known as the splits. Front splits, side splits, doesn't matter how far you go, that is not the point. All right, we use the postures to open up the body, to release stress and strain in the body, to become more grounded in our own bodies, to connect more to ourselves, to breathe, to take some time on our own, maybe to release some pent up energy or emotions. So, really, just use this practice in a way that is yours. So, all our practices are unique as our bodies, as unique as our minds, as unique as our fingerprints, as unique as our DNA. Your practice will not and should not look like anyone else's. It is yours. So, take it at your own pace. Get your blocks ready. If you don't have blocks, you could use two chairs. You could use two chairs either side of you as support, but preferably blocks. Or you could use weight, like your weights. If your weights have quite a big base, you could stand them up straight, um, and see how that goes for you. So if you're doing this on catch up, well done for getting on your mat. Please leave a question, leave a comment, post a pic in the yoga group on the app. If you need any feedback on poses, you can post it in there. Let's chat about it. Post and Jeff together if you like, sharing some of the love of yoga or what yoga's done for you. And let's get more people on the mats. Let me just see who's here. I'm just gonna pop the links out as per usual. But let me know if you're here. Let me know if you're excited. Um, Let me just do those. All right. Quickly get this link out. I'm chatting so much. Actually, she's got to do my job as well, hey? Guys, and ladies. I am so beyond excited after last night's announcement. Is everyone else as excited as I am? I must say it was interesting to see, but where you end up. But I'm officially on Team Leclerc, and I'm so excited. So excited. I know we've got this in the bag. I've been on a Team Leclerc before in a different scenario, and you know what? We kicked butt. So I have full faith in our team. Good morning, Gavin. Welcome. Lovely to have you here. Uh, just saying hi, got to dash up to the office. Well, Gavin, I hope you have an amazing morning and day today. Shari, good morning. Brenda, good morning. Natalie, enjoy the catch up. Have a beautiful day later. I love that you guys come in and say hi to me. It honestly makes me feel so happy. But in the meanwhile, while we are waiting for a few people to join in, we can perhaps even pull up. Good morning, Ivor. We can pull up the new programs here on my left, Tammy. We can just have a look at everything that is coming up for them. We have such incredible programs coming up, and I do want to speak about the course that I have put together alongside Coach Kath and Dom and the nutrition team. It's insane, this course. Gavin, frothing for surviving. We're going to take it to the team. Oh, Gavin, you're my enemy for the month of July. Well, for 2 weeks. Lorna, good morning. Looking forward to trying the splits. Whoop, whoop. Tracy, good morning. So we have our Let's Get Immunity that is the program let you know that they are not only such a vibe and such great energy, but they're actually really, 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 really good at their programming and the way in which they instruct. It's just so clear, it's so specific. They're both a little bit of perfectionism going on there, which you never say no to when that's the person creating your program. And I think that that's just going to be absolutely amazing. Low impact versions, but like, you know, you guys know by this point, you know that low impact is not low intensity. So good luck to whoever signs up for that. I think it's going to be a great one. Uh, Zumbalicious, which you guys have literally been asking for probably over a year now. It has arrived. If we do not see hundreds of signups for this, I will be very disappointed because then everyone's been asking and then they don't commit. So we want to see you do that. Alroy is obviously just absolutely fantastic. It's going to be fun. So if you need some fun, dance your way through winter here in this hemisphere of the world. It should be absolutely fantastic. It will be absolutely fantastic. Ed's lower body, again, another thing that we've been asked for. Ed's knowledge, just his ability to apply his knowledge of the certain areas of the body, certain movements, certain postures is just out of this world. So if you are struggling with something upper body related, if you're recovering, then this might be exactly the right thing for you. We have as well thriving burnout course. Oh, very excited. Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Sharon. Welcome, everyone. Can't wait for the course. Amazing, Gavin. So the course Surviving Burnout. Oh, this is something that we've actually been contemplating on how to do for a while. Hi, Daddy. Because you know we were really considering this month to do a course on sleep. But the thing about sleep is that sleep is only one kind of rest. We all have a need and require different kinds of rest. Did you know that? And then something came up and the conversation led to one another, and we just kind of decided, what about chatting about burnouts? Because I think most of us have either experienced it, have been bordering on the edge of it, or for sure know someone who has gone through burnouts. And so this course is just going to be so jam-packed with information. We've got a psychiatrist coming on board, guys. We're going to learn the science behind it. When you understand facts, it often becomes easier to apply practical tools in which you can shift out of a certain state of being. We've got a psychiatrist coming on board. I mean, we've got Dom involved, giving her insight. Dom has worked with so many clients, having gone through her physio training as well. She's really done work with a lot of people, having been a coach here at Jeff. Her knowledge is just invaluable. We've got Coach Kath, who really is an injury specialist as well, but she as well has worked with clients who've gone through burnouts. And so having her insight into what do you do with your training when you have or are or maybe going through burnout, and where to from here. Where do you go when you're like, okay, well now I'm here, how do I get out of this? We've got our nutrition team coming on board to speak about, you know, what is the role that nutrition plays in all of this. I'm going to be sharing practical postures and movements and breath work that can help to regulate the nervous system, right? So important when we're chatting about something like burnout, trying to get the systems back into harmony, the body back into homeostasis. I'm going to be sharing other practical tools, things like saying no. It's the hardest thing to do, is to say no. So chatting about all those kinds of things, how do we prevent burnout? And then of course we've got an incredible interview coming up, a woman who really is so keen to share her story, just in the hope that her story can help one person of how she was diagnosed with it, that part of the journey, her treatment, and then where she is now. So just jam-packed full of amazing information. I think even if you haven't gone through burnout or you don't even know someone with burnout, this course is still going to be very insightful and you'll definitely learn something new. So very excited for that. If you've got any questions about this course, please pop me a DM. If you have anyone in your life who you know needs this, who you know is on the edge of burnout, who you know is on that tipping point of they just cannot handle it anymore, life is too much, this course could really set them on a new trajectory. And so if you know anyone, send me a message. I've got a special discount code for anyone signing up to club, their first month of on club. And so if there is someone you feel you could help, remember we could get them on this course, we could get them on a yoga program simultaneously. There's the guided meditations, and they can do a little month of July learning about burnout, learning tips and tools like the yoga practices, like the meditations, and let's lift them up and out of where they are. Winter can be a dark time for a lot of us. There's less sunlight, there's less opportunity to go outside, it's colder, many different factors. Business slows down, the economy slows down for a lot of people in the country, and so it can be quite a stressful time. So I'm here to spread some yoga dust and magic and love through this course, through my teachings, through the practices. So yeah, hit up and we can work a little discount in for them and get them moving forward. Bianca Kramer, good morning. Lorna, good knowledge for me to have. Any knowledge is good knowledge, Lorna, absolutely. Tracy, July is going to be awesome. It really, really is. Catherine Collins, so lovely to have you here. Lovely. Catherine Permans, hi, lovely. And then, of course, we have our Survive and Thrive 30 days. You guys have been asking for this. All the information about how all of this works, how the new 30-day program works, the regular 21 days, the courses, the theme, everything is on the website. Janine Poole, good morning. I'm actually quickly going to pull up that link. If you've got 5 minutes this morning with your, if you got 5 minutes this morning after this with your tea, with your coffee, with your water, whatever it is, guys, pop on this link after the session and just go and, so I've popped it in the comments now, yeah. The Survive and Thrive this July, the link is there. Go have a little read, check it out, and read up so that you're nice and clued up on this month. Remember, tons of rewards points on the line for logging your sessions and your pictures. Massive discounts towards your next month's subscription. It just doesn't make sense if you're not logging anything. You can earn so many rewards points. It's insane. It's like Discovery with Vitality. So many opportunities. It's like eBucks. Like, why not earn rewards if you can? Does it make sense? Okay, guys. It is about 7:01. You are going to please need your yoga blocks. If you do not have yoga blocks, then please, you can have your weights ready. You can have chairs could work potentially, either side of your mat, or you could use your weights. You could kind of put it upright. And it is 7 o'clock on the dot. I hope that you have put these 30 seconds aside, told everyone in the household that these are your 30 minutes and that they need to stay out of your room, stay out of your space. All right, everyone. So you can place your blocks to the side. And we're actually going to start standing. So feet hip distance. Take a nice loop of the shoulders, stand nice and tall. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in. And exhale out. Inhale. Out through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Again, open your eyes. Let's reach both arms up. Interlace your fingers above your head. Rotate your palms to face the sky. And take a nice full stretch. Stretch as tall as you can. Draw the lower belly back. Draw the ribcage slightly in. Take a little side stretch to your right. And come back to center. Take a little side stretch to your left. Come all the way up. Have a look up. Make sure you know which finger is on top. Release the hands. And again, interlace the second finger in front or on top. Arms reach all the way up. Deep breath in. Side stretch to your left. Back to center. And side stretch to your right. And all the way up. And split the hands down. Take an interlace of the hands again. Bend the knees a little bit. Flip the palms away from you. Press the hands forward. Curl the chin. And round, 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 round. Breathe into the back body, into the back of the lungs. And then press the feet. Look up, reach up. Split the hands. Bring the hands behind you. Take that same finger on top. Roll the shoulders back and squeeze elbows back. So for some of you, this is going to be enough. Okay, if you want to go maybe a little bit deeper, you can extend the arms. And some of you might like to take it into a forward fold. So different postures, they're going to feel different in your body. Just opening extra parts and different parts in the body. Don't feel like if you're standing here and this is intense, don't feel like, oh, I can only do the baby version of this pose. No, this position is where your body can go. This might feel really deep and intense, which means that this is more of an advanced posture for your body. And that all depends on all the other work that you're doing with your body, any sports, any workouts. It depends on your day-to-day habitual movements or no movement, sitting in front of a computer, etc., etc. Slowly release. Interlace the hands in front of the chest, that little bend in the knees. Flip the palms and press them away from you. Curl the chin in. Okay, so moving the hands to the right and all the way up. You're going to move through 3 big rotations of the spine. 3 big circles to the right. And then pause through center. 3 big circles to the left. I hope you're breathing. Deep breaths. All right. Bring the gaze up, bring the arms up, full stretch. Then release the hands. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Again, maybe you're just reaching for fingertips. Hug the elbows in. Open up the front of the chest. Firm through the thighs. Maybe the arms extend. Maybe you move into that forward fold. Just 3 or 4 breaths here. And again, if you're upside down, come all the way up. And let's all release the arms. Nice. Spinal roll from top to bottom. So let's bend the knees. Heavy arms. Chin rolls down. And from the top to the bottom, you're going to roll your spine one vertebra at a time until you're kind of gone down as far as you can go. Keep the knees nice and bent. I want you to feel the sit bones lift away from the back of the knee so this pelvis is tilting forward. Okay, we don't want the pelvis tucked down and the legs straight, but the spine is up here. Rather bend the knees, and then notice how now when your knees are really bent, almost like you're pushing your bum back and up, and that allows the spine to soften down. Take a halfway lift. We're going to step our left leg back. Lower your left knee to the floor. If you've got sensitive knees here, flip your mat on the left so that you've got a double layer. Take your right foot out to the side so that both your hands are on the inside of your right leg, right foot. Okay, if you're struggling down that deep on the floor, come up onto your yoga blocks. Come up onto the tins. Whatever you need to support yourself. You can untuck the back toes. All right. If you're quite comfortable on the hands, then stay there if that's intense enough for you, or you can start to bend the elbows, maybe coming all the way down. Remember, we're still pressing into the inner line of this right foot, so the right leg isn't just kind of flailing out to the side doing its own thing. There's a little drawing in of inner right thigh towards the right side of the rib cage. Curl the chin and relax the head. We're taking 5 deep breaths here. Alright, after your 5th breath, bring yourself up onto your hands. Okay, then from here, you might actually just stay here as you twist to your right. You might feel like this is enough opening the front of that left thigh. Okay, or going into the kind of secondary pose, you can reach for that left foot. Remember, we're working towards our Hanumanasana, our split, so opening the front of the thighs as important as opening the back of the legs. Relax your jaw and your face. And then release left foot down, nice. Bring this right foot back in towards you. You're going to step back for downward dog. So raise your left knee, step all the way back. Full lengthening in the arms, and here you're just going to pedal out the legs one at a time. All right, let's step our left foot forward between the hands, lower right knee down. Left foot out to the side, hands to the inside of left leg. Untuck the toes again. You might be up on your blocks. You might stay up on your hands. The left knee is pointing out to the side, so allow the left foot to continue in that same line of direction. And then if you went down your elbows on the first side, you can see if you can go down your elbows second side. If you want to go down your elbows, but you can't go all the way down, then perhaps bring your elbows onto. That's what your props are there for, is to help you explore the postures safely. And then the chin tucks, head relaxes, 5 full breaths. right, well done. Come all the way up. Remember, right hand to the side, it's your twist. You're either opening up just the chest, or you're coming onto the front of that right knee, reaching for the foot and opening up again. Deep breaths here. Alright, beautiful. Slowly release. This left foot back to center. Raise your right knee up. Step back, find your downward facing dog. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Okay, we're going to step our left foot through as a transition to our straddle pose. So facing the long edge of your mat now. Again, here you could use your yoga blocks the whole time during the practice. Okay, if you need a little bend in the knees, take a little bend in the knees. But then just for a moment, let's just relax the spine down. So creating a little box around your head, reach for your elbows and soften the spine down. Make sure that you're not hanging in your heels, so you're not hanging in the hamstring. Bring the weights a little forward to the front of the heels and the balls of the feet so you wake up the front of the thighs. Exhale out any tension, any frustration, any tightness, any irritation. Exhale it out. Beautiful. And then taking a little lift. We're going to move into what we call Skandasana. So again, I'll show you perhaps using the blocks. You could even use a chair here in front of you. You might not even go that deep. The right toes are going to turn out to face to the right in a diagonal line. You're going to start to bend into that right knee. From here, you're going to swivel left toes up to the sky. So you might kind of just stay here. Okay, some of you might sit all the way down and maybe bring hands off the floor. Don't overstretch. You don't want pain here. There's a lot going on in this posture. Ankle flexibility, knees, hips, inner groins. Beautiful. And then you can use your hands to press you up. Let's go over to the second side. Left toes turn out, right move up. And so for me in this posture, my left side, I really struggle with my ankle flexibility. So sometimes I prefer to lift my heel. That allows me to get deeper into the inner right groin, which is where I'm looking to open now. But if I'm not, then sometimes I just play a little bit with support of my hands underneath me, just to feel a little more into this left hip flexibility, left ankle flexibility. Beautiful. Come back to center. Toes forward, heels back. And then slowly again release down. You can reach for your elbows. Hanging the head down. You might have the opposite elbow on top or opposite forearm on top to your first round. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Alright. You're going to take your hands a little forward of your mat. You're actually going to step your feet to the back of your mat. We're going to come down onto our knees. So we're coming into what we call a frog pose. It can be quite intense. You're going to take your knees as far apart as you can. And then you're going to point the toes out. Take the feet a little wider. Okay, you might already feel your inner groins here. Okay, otherwise, if you want to go a little deeper, you're coming down onto your forearms, maybe taking the legs a little bit wider. But the trick here is to keep your hips in line with your knees and slightly curl your tailbone down. So draw your pubic bone forward and up towards your navel. 5 full breaths here. Beautiful, well done. After your 5 breaths, come up. You're going to press into your hands. I like to bring my knees a little closer first. Then tuck the toes under. And you're coming into kind of like a wide-legged downward dog. And then bring yourself back onto your mat, to your straddle shape. Take a halfway lift. Okay, make sure your blocks are at the top of your mat. And then we're going to swivel to lunge over this left foot, lower the right knee down. Blocks on their highest setting. Coming up, we're moving into a half split, so our split preparation. Right hip above right knee. Use your toes to scooch this little left foot as far forward as you can, and then see if you can curl the toes back. You might not straighten out that front leg, that's perfectly fine. Okay, there are going to be some of you that's going to be enough. And to open up that back line, curl your chin all the way in. Tilt the pelvis slightly forward. Okay, some of you might even take the blocks a little forward past that foot. Or you could bring the hands either side of the foot, softening down. Let's take 3 full rounds of breath here. Remembering we don't want to feel pain, and we're also not stretching around the joints. So you don't want to feel any pain pulling in behind the knee or at the sit bones. All right, take a little lift up, slide that left foot back. You're going to find downward dog. Nice. From your downward dog, step your right foot forward. So quite linear work, moving forward and back now for the front splits. Keeping the hip line level, keeping yourself on your midline. Taking your blocks again for your half splits. Left hip above left knee. Front leg lengthens, it doesn't have to extend all the way. And then chin curls in. Firm through the front of that top thigh. Taking a little lift. Moving back into a lunge. You can place your blocks to the side for now. Step back into your downward facing dog. Shuffle the feet a little further back and then lift the heels, rock into a plank pose. Look forward, micro bend the elbows as you allow the hips to lower the knees all the way if you need to. Lift the chest up through the thighs, through the shoulders. Lift the thighs off the floor. Back into your downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, bring the feet a little closer, see if you can ground the heels. Keep your left heel lower, float your right leg to the sky. Try to keep the hip line level. We're going to draw right knee forward, step it all the way through, and lower left knee down. Okay, so coming back up onto your blocks. If the half Hanuman was enough for you, you move back to your half Hanuman. Okay? Soften through the chest, soften the breath, breathe, breathe, breathe. If you're looking to go a little bit further towards the full split, so I'm not going to go all the way full. You can support yourself with a block underneath this front thigh, which is quite a nice variation. You can keep the back toes tucked under so that you're keeping the hips facing forward. Okay, I like to first find the posture, maybe take a big lift. You'll feel that gives quite an intense stretch to the front of the left thigh. But otherwise, You're just holding here wherever it is you've chosen to stay. And we're going to take about 5 breaths here. So some of you might be a little further down. You might want to untuck the back toes. You can see how you go. Let's take another 3 or 4 breaths here. It's not about how far or deep you're going. Your body will tell you when there's intensity. Your body will tell you where you're feeling tight, where you're feeling stuck, where there's emotion stored. And then you want to sigh it out here. It's about the journey. It's not about the destination. Beautiful. So to come out, press down, slide this front foot forward, come back into your lunge. Tuck your toes under, raise your back knee, stepping back into your downward dog. Full length. You might feel that your downward dog feels different to how it has felt in the past. Nice open back line. And then right heel down, float left leg up. Step yourself all the way through, lower right knee down. Again, maybe you're just bringing right hip above right knee and moving into your half splits. If that's enough for you, then that's enough for you for today. Honor that. Don't have judgment around it. Okay? Life is hard enough than judging ourselves because we're not able to do splits. Okay, so otherwise you're going as deep as you can and want to towards your full splits. For me, the second side is completely different to my first side. Okay, if you want to, you can untuck those back toes. I'm going to keep my hands on my blocks. I don't feel as stable on this side as my first side. And that's okay too. Everyone, well, there are very few people in this world that are perfectly symmetrical with our everyday living, just with the way our bodies move, our habitual movements. So just feel that out and honor that. Try relax into the posture. Let's close the eyes. Take 3 full breaths. When you finish those 3 breaths, remember you're pressing down. Slide this front foot forward. Back into your lunge. You can place your blocks to the side. Step your front foot back. Last downward dog here as you stretch out the spine. All right, bring the knees down to the floor. You're going to cross the ankles, rock back to sit on your buttocks. And then taking a seated straddle, take the legs out to the side. So you might want to sit on a cushion here. You want to have a look and try and have your shoulders in line with your hips. Take that little bend in the knees if you need to, right? Take a nice lift through the chest, and then from here you're going to start to walk your hands forward. So maybe the hands rest right in front of you. What I want you to focus on now, even if the knees are bent, curl the chin in and just feel how the whole back line releases. Okay, otherwise some of you might kind of readjust, rearrange, taking the hands forward and softening down. You take a 3 full breaths here. We won't be here too long. Beautiful. Take a little lift. You're going to stay low, but you're going to go all the way across your right leg, right hand on the outside, left hand on the inside. Try roll your shoulders level to one another. And again, maybe this is where you stay as you curl the chin, or perhaps you're reaching for that foot, softening down. Take a lift, walk all the way across to the left. Again, you might not go all the way down, but level off the shoulders if you can, and then soften as far as you like to the left. Beautiful. Bring yourself up. Take your hands to your outer thighs as you bend the knees. Bring the legs back into center. You're going to shuffle yourself forward. Feet hip distance, arms reaching forward. And then slowly, one vertebra at a time. Nice control. You're going to lie yourself all the way down as you bring the head down. Bring the thighs to chest. Hands either to the front of the knees or the back of the thighs as you squeeze the legs in. Alright, so then you might need your strap here. You're going to place your left foot down. Reach either for the outer edges of the right foot or strap your right foot as you extend your left leg forward. Keep the back of the head on the mat, curl the chin down. Try press left calf muscle down towards the floor. So it's our splits, but we're lying on our backs. Beautiful. Bend right knee, squeeze that thigh in. Place right foot down, bring left thigh in and extend left leg up. Use your strap if you need it. Extend right leg away from you. Beautiful. Release left foot. Bend left thigh. Bring right thigh in. Opening the arms out to the side. Allow the knees to fall over to the left. Completely relax now. Let the legs and the feet completely relax. Come back to center and switch. Over to your right. Allow everything to completely relax. So adjust as you need to with the legs and the feet so that they're completely relaxed. Come back to center. Take a nice little squeeze of the legs in. Then just move through a few little hip rolls here. So separating the knees, bringing them back together. Change direction. And then placing the feet down. Reach the arms back, reach the feet forward for a nice full body stretch. See if you can get a little yawn out here as you relax the body. Take the feet nice and wide apart. Take the arms out wide, palms up. And then just take a last moment of stillness. Just a short shavasana here to close the practice. Alright, if you've got time to stay here a little longer, feel free to do so. Otherwise, we'll move by bringing the thighs to the chest, a nice little squeeze. You can curl up, squeeze off into a nice little ball. middle, and then either rocking over to the side or rocking all the way forward and up. Just coming into a seat for a moment. Take a loop of the shoulders, open up the chest, close the eyes. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up, for getting on your mat, for being committed to this practice, for being committed to yourself. Giving yourself time and opportunity to explore and process and understand yourself. And maybe take the lessons that we learn on our mats off into the rest of our lives. You ready? You can open your eyes. Well done. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed that practice. Lots going on in the body. Props, super important. So if you don't have props, I always say a little birthday present. Rope in the friends, rope in the family. Christmas is still far away. But it really, really is worth it. You know, like having your weights or your skipping ropes or your exercise bands or whatever it is that you've got for other sessions. Yoga props, it's going to help you a lot in your practice. Thelma, so glad you enjoyed it. Ivan, much love. Sharon, so glad you enjoyed that. Alrita, splits is nog ver, maar so excited om te probeer. Amazing, Alrita. Practice, 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 and all is coming. Pat, such a pleasure. Ace Marie, yay, so glad you enjoyed that. Daddy, did you ever think you'd be doing yoga for the splits with me? Never. It's amazing. Janine, thank you. Didn't realize how tight I was. That was fantastic. Oh, yay. Lorna, splits far off, but that was fun. It really is. It really, really is. Blanche, fully enjoyed. I'm so glad. Lisa Marie, definitely going to bookmark this session. Guys, I'll be back live on Saturday morning again, 7:15, and we'll be doing the work, changing it up a little bit. So if you want more kind of tips and opportunities to feel how you can go into the splits, then join me on Saturday. Other than that, I look forward to seeing you guys sign up for the burnout course in July. I look forward to seeing a few of you on the yoga programs. There will be new meditation released soon. And have a beautiful day, everyone. Ciao.
Join Jeff this June as we venture to the Timbabati in an effort to save the rhino. Stats show, on average, every 22 hours, a rhino loses its life to poaching in South Africa. It's a story we've heard time and time again. Being on the ground recently, it really hit home that we have to try and do something to help. June is the month where Jeff the rhino is born, a figure of strength, purpose, survival, and vulnerability. Take part in our brand new June programs or select one that is best for you. Either way, you stand a chance to win prizes to the value of 500,000 Rand. By sticking to our plan and looking after ourselves, we are going to be raising awareness for what's happening in the Timbabati, raising funds to improve the safety of the rhino, and make a statement that the Jeff community does not just simply stand by. We rally together to try and make a difference.